Right, I'm not sure how good this is going to turn out. I don't think I'll be putting this bit in. Hi, welcome back to Mechanic Garage. It's the day after, the Sunday, after putting the other interior back together and sorting out the back seats. Now, it's not the best day for it, I'll admit. I'm dodging in between showers. I think Storm Ashley's coming through. There you go. And the wind's picking up. So I'm not going to be doing an awful lot outside. So best get on with doing the carpet and getting the last few bits in. It won't be like yesterday's, you've seen it all. It'll just be a quick put together and have a look at the seats in the garage before they go in. So I tidied them up a bit while they're out. Just difference between doing a good job and a really good job. Started off with just cleaning them up. Leather conditioner on the sides and all the plastics clean. I can get into all the bloody bits and dust and fluff that's usually down the side of the seats. But I've repainted the 2 feet because they're the ones you can see, and they've just gone a little bit mucky and a bit scruffy with bits of rust poking through. But realistically, it's pretty good. It needs a cloth bit cleaning. I'll do them when they're in the car and they're fixed. Other than that, it's just cleaning bits of trim and getting some, just cleaning all these out and the clip on. Get that satin finish to them and various cleaning stuff. But it's come on quite well. Oh, acetone got rid of all the white lettering and go through there. There was white lettering on these rails and on the front feet, and obviously as you saw in the other video, if you've seen that one, with the other bits on the back seat. Also super glued this fabric back on. The peel off at the little edge of it, that just stops it rubbing on the console and being noisy, and it just peeled at the edge. But little things like that just help out. Cleaned out the runners and things. Just there was a chip in that one. That's why you do it. There was a McDonald's chip in there. Right, I'm not sure how good this will actually turn out, how much you'll be able to see, but this is all bone dry now. It's been raining overnight. It's still bone dry. That bloody pipe. But never mind. Right, this goes on the back. It just gives you a bit of floor, so I'll get that in first, and then we can just literally put carpet in, vents in, and we're back where we were on the other side yesterday. So I'll get these in now. Yeah. Remember which way it goes. That way. Yeah, that way. Come on. Where are you? There you go. Eventually, that's one in. And in theory, the other one shouldn't be too far off. That's the other one there. Stuff them back up there where they need to go. That one goes around there, then there's that's where that clip came from. I knew it was somewhere, I couldn't remember where. It goes up there and holds that in place there. Alright, you got the heater duct in for this side. Oh, there we go, rain's coming. Easier if I had it planned and had all the bits you need. Now they go in there like that. So I'm going to need another good hoover at this rate. Oh, and after I left you yesterday, mats turned up. So I got mats in and the raised plate for the caravan. So I think that's everything I've ordered that's turned up. Right, now that's that point, I can get the carpet in. This needs a good hoover. A lot of bits all over it, but that didn't come off with everything else. it would appear, looking at that this carpet's been out before, because that's been cut. You see on the back it was joined through underneath. I think it was here as well, so I suspect it's been out before for this sort of reason, which wouldn't surprise me. They are a bit prone for it. There, your rear footwell vent. That's about that then. And I might have to take a break wait for this rain to pass. I'm going to get these plastic trims in. You can't really see the plastic missing off of there. The seatbelt one here. Oh yeah, I'm waiting. It's raining. Right, actually got a slight break in the rain now, so I'll get some more bits of trimming and get these side bits back on. Good thing with new cars, there's a lot of bad things about them, but they're easy to put together in most cases, because everything just clips. There's no hidden screws a lot of the time. It's just literally clipped together. I've cleaned out all the fluff behind here because it was full of it. Bucket, yeah, it goes under there. Everything's got a certain order it goes in, because other things clip into the other thing itself. There you go. Get them in, and then get this edge bit on. Wrong way. In fact, like I say, everything's got its order. Put this one on first. Because that holds the carpet in place a little bit better. Line up the clips, because they do break easily on everything. So why is that not lined up quite right? Let's get it. That's all that on. Next bit, really, getting the centre console in. I'm going to hoover out all the footwells. Well, all the front footwells, the same as I did yesterday on the back ones. Because I got the paint off those, I can now screw the back seats in, that you can't see. This is going to need a bit of a clean up. Yeah, that's about it. I'll get the other seat back out so I can put this in. And it was just put in for storage. There's already bits in here now. Give this a quick spray. It'll come back out, but it's not filthy. I've already cleaned most of it. It's just the size that you can't get at when it's fitted. Never did work out what the black stuff is. It looks almost like it's dye that's crept out the that's crept out the carpet, because it's all the way around where the grey plastic touches the carpet. It's very strange. Give the handbrake a clean, yes. And it's, when I moved it earlier, it was damp. It was sticky, horrible. Right, so now I just need to start screwing this together, remembering where the screws and that go. I'll put all the screws for the center console in here. So everything here should be for that, because I'll forget where they go if I don't do stuff like that. Got one centre one there. And you've got the 1, 2, 3, 4 of the ones that run around the bottom. And then the rain's starting again. Oh dear. This video is going to take ages to make. Oh, just get in there so I can. Yeah, I'm going to have to abort. Again. I'll stick my head in a second. Try and get these screws in place. And bolts even. If the rain's coming on the other side, as long as it can get too heavy, it shouldn't stay all over me. Goes there, tucks into that clip, that tucks into there, that clips into that, and that. I don't want to put my wet mucky feet in here. This, obviously, goes here. There's a plug on the inside somewhere, there you go, that plugs into that. Handbrake needs to be off for that, it's in the way, partly off at least. Right, getting somewhere. Ah, that's where the other one went. The other one somewhere at stray. Right, okay, now that's got like a little tab on it that holds them sides out. There is some up there that's don't feel right. Really annoying. Well, I think the rain's passed at last. You wouldn't think it was chucking it down about an hour ago. As you saw, I struggled with that, getting the dashboard in. There was one bit that just would not click, it would not line up, but I eventually got it in. I'm not quite sure it's 100% right because it just seemed to be twisting. It's just not quite click in place like everything else has. But it's in, it's clean, it's sorted. I found that little silver corner had broken off. It was already cracked, I'd noticed when I took it off, but you not notice it where it is. If I can get a bit of silver paint, just touch it in. Everything else lines up. 3 or 4 times that ad's coming in and out. And then I thought, I might as well sort that wriggly dash bit out. If you remember, on the top of the vents, there you go, top of the vents, the glue had given up and caused it to bulge like 2 little eyebrows over the top of the vents. So I've lifted it up, separated the centre, got some RTV sealant in there, and then clamped it down with the bit of wood across the top so it's flat and even all the way along. Leave that for an hour to dry. New DAB radio. For some reason, since I plugged it in, the rear speakers aren't working. So I plugged the old one in, which I know they were working, and they don't work on that either. So I don't think it's out with the stereo. I think it's something in here. I don't remember unplugging anything, and why it would be into the doors, I don't know. Everything else works. So I'll investigate that. There's probably something somewhere because it's been disconnected, or the bonnet's open, or the doors are open, or the battery's been. I have no idea. Annoyingly, there's a few marks around this from previous attempts at getting the radio and everything out. Now I haven't got anything this colour to do, so I'm going to keep an eye out for a new one, or replacement one of these that hasn't got all the marks on. There's 3 different types. Should we make it more interesting? You've got ones with climate control, and you got ones that sat nav and the climate control built in. They go straight down here. So it's specifically the Z-Tech with the round manual aircon that I need. There is one on eBay. It's 45 quid. I don't really want to pay that for one. So for now, it'll be all right. But it's weird, like the silver button's just discoloured completely differently to the rest of it, and it doesn't come clean, doesn't come off at all. But getting there. I'm going to go sit the driver's seat in once I hoover that front corner out. I never actually got around to doing that. Just took far longer than it should have done to put that centre console in. Before I edit that video down of just fitting that, it was an hour long. And yeah, that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Got 1 screw left over as well, which is really annoying because that never happens. And I know there's 2 screws missing somewhere because there was 1 screw missing when I started. So I've now got another screw, but I have no clue where it went. Not a clue. So it's just have to, for once in my life, I'm going to have to ignore that because I'm not taking that out again. Ever. Right, driver seat's back in. All cleaned up, sorted. I fixed the front mat down with the clips. They're not quite the right ones, but they work and they're in. That shouldn't be far off dry now, if not already, but I'm not taking it off until the last minute. I've just, while I had the bulkhead apart, 3 bolts hold the entire working mechanism in, and I've seam sealed both those corners, daubed it into all the cracks, and proper filled it in round all the seams higher and around it as well. Once that's dried, I'll spray it over with a bit of black just to tidy it up. Get the get the wipers and everything back together. Passenger seat is clean and just the paint drying on the feet at the minute, so that can go back in soon. So in theory, oh, and I still haven't got number plates. I could put the old ones back on for now because ideally I want to stick the new ones on rather than drilling them. But it's starting to look like, until you look all right, until you look up there. Don't look up there, it's fine. Look down here, everything looks good. A little bit later, running out of time, so I'm assumed it's dry, and I've just made it black. Same with that side. Wipers back in now. Literally dead easy. Just get the panel and everything back on, wiper arms on. We should be nearly done. It's getting windy again. Right, that's all back together. Wipers and everything are all working. I'm sure you've seen wipers before, but there you go, just for it, why not? When they changed the windscreen, this was pointing too far down. It was about there, so I had to adjust it because it was driving me mad. It sits there nicely. That's probably not dry yet, so I'm not even going to touch it. Airbag lights on because when I took the centre console out, I accidentally knocked the on button and the seats weren't in, so it then went, oh no airbags. Back end's done, get the tripod out, mat's in, everything's done. It's just as you expect. It's a bit of a clean car, that's it. Just clean the load cover I got at the weekend. Interior light back in. It's just the number plates, and I wanted to stick them on, but it's I don't know, quick and easy, but everything's damp and wet and I can't get it dry quick, so I'll have to see. Right, I think I'll call it a day. It actually looks a lot lighter on the camera than it is. New plates are on. I didn't really want to drill them, but I tried the sticky pads on there and it didn't want to stick particularly well. I've ground off the there's like little rings, mounting plinth things that you're supposed to screw through, but literally one screw's there and one screw's there. It would have looked awful, so I've mounted it white caps at the ends. I didn't want to, I wanted to stick them on, but it's on, they ain't going to fall off. Back one, same thing, but it's on. The screw's actually very yellow. The camera makes them look a bit dull, a bit brighter than they are, but it's spot on level, bang on centered. As I said before, debadged. Might replace them with the new ones, depends. Everything inside. See, that's how dark it is. It's like, focus. Come on, there you go. Everything inside's back in and looks good. Front end all done apart from that clamp panel. It probably dry by now, but I think I'm going to leave it a couple more hours. It's not particularly warm. Yeah, light back in, everything back in. Yeah, it shows you it's not particularly bright, not light because the lights are showing up so much, but that's not bad. Everything's clean, everything's back together apart from that. Weirdly, the rear speakers have stopped working. I've no idea why. They did work because I tested them on stereo and they sounded terrible, just really dull. I've had it all apart, changed the stereo, and now the rear speakers don't work. So I changed it back to the old stereo and they don't work on that either. I don't think I've unplugged anything, and I don't see why everything would be, unless I've disturbed something in the boot and there's a wiring for it in the back for the rear speakers. I wouldn't have thought so because it goes straight through the doors, but I'll investigate it. I've had a look online. There's various things. Some are speakers have died, some the ACM, as in the head unit's knackered, but the fact that they were working and both head units do exactly the same, I suggest it's something to do with the car, not that. It's not the end of the world because the front ones sound better anyway. But yeah, there've been a couple of long drawn out videos. There's the part where you've seen me struggling with the centre console, it just wouldn't clip together right in the driver's side front corner. There's something not lining up. I had to set the centrepiece out about 4 times, but there's nothing wrong. There's no clips in the wrong place. So I don't know why it was playing about, but I managed to get it in and I managed to get it so that it lines up. It just pulls together when the screw was in rather than sitting in the right place for the screw to go in. I don't know why, but there you go. So it serves me right for saying they all clip together dead easily, didn't it? So right, anyway, thanks very much for watching. This will probably be the last video on this one because there's nothing else really now, apart from maybe in future repairs and stuff like that, but hopefully not. And I can get back onto the good stuff like that, and the other one in there, and Wartburg, which needs all back brakes and things doing. But that's the main one I need to get sorted, get it back on its wheels at least, because I can't do anything with it as it at the moment. But the parts still haven't ordered them from Germany. But anyway, right, thank you very much. Like, comment, subscribe, all the usual stuff. And if you fancy buying me a coffee, that'll do me. I'd love a coffee right now, but I think I'm gonna have a beer instead. Cheers.